Class 7, An Alien Hand, Chapter 6, I Want Something in a Cage. The story, I Want Something in a Cage, hints at the strange behavior of a man with the shopkeeper. The two characters are introduced with details. Mr. Purcell is a shopkeeper who kept birds, animals, bird cages, seeds, etc. in his shop. Once, he was visited by a customer, a strange customer who left behind a musty smell of an abandoned house. His visit was unusual and ghostly. Mr. Purcell was a small and fussy man. He had red cheeks and a tight little stomach. He owned a pet shop which sold cats, dogs, monkeys, and birds. He also sold fish food, bird seeds, along with beautiful cages for birds. And he considered himself as a professional man. So with so many pets and caged birds, there was an all-prevailing noise in Mr. Purcell's shop. Whispered twitters, sly rustling, squeals, sudden squeaks. So his shop was always filled with the sounds of these birds and animals. The customers who came to the shop would not mind the noise, for they found several cute birds behind these beautiful cages. And Mr. Purcell was always proud of his collection. Every day, Mr. Purcell followed the same routine. After opening his shop, he sat on a high stool behind the counter to read the morning paper. And as he read the morning paper, we could see a lot of expressions coming on his face. On the day when the strange customer came to the shop, Mr. Purcell had followed the same old routine. It was a cold morning. Mr. Purcell was sitting on his high stool reading his newspaper when the strange customer entered the shop. Unlike the usual days, he did not hear the bell over the door jingle. Despite various noises in his shop, it had never happened that Mr. Purcell did not hear the bell ring. The bell always jingled when a customer entered. But here, when the strange customer entered the shop, actually Mr. Purcell didn't hear any bell. The moment the strange customer entered the shop, Mr. Purcell knew that the customer disliked him. The man, the strange customer, he wore shiny shoes, but his suit, even though his suit was new, it was ill-fitted and cheap. He ignored the owner of the shop. The strange customer actually ignored the owner of the shop and was looking at the contents which were placed on the shelves, the cages which were placed on the shelf. On being asked by Mr. Purcell, the man said that he wanted something in a cage. So what was the demand of the customer? He wanted something in a cage. Something that was small. He wanted something in a cage and something that was small. So Mr. Purcell was not clear about what actually the stranger wanted. So Mr. Purcell offered him a white rat. But the strange customer said he does not want the white rat. He turned it down and he said that he wanted something that had wings. Now, what was the demand of the strange customer? He wanted something in a cage, he wanted something small, and he wanted something with wings. That means he wanted a bird, a small bird in a cage. So Mr. Purcell pointed to a cage which contained 2 white doves. And Purcell demanded $5.50 for the birds. And the strange customer felt very sad. He wanted to have those birds, but he had only $5. And the price of the birds were $5.50. The man is short of 50 cents. He has only $5 in his hand. Anyway, Purcell felt sorry for the strange customer and he finalized the deal and he handed the cage to the customer. He took only $5 from the customer. The stranger was so happy, and he then told Purcell that he had earned those $5 after 10 years of hard labor in prison. Actually, the strange customer was imprisoned for 10 years. And he worked a lot in the prison, and he earned 50 cents a year. Total $5 after 10 years of his hard work. And he spent all his money for this little bird in a cage. Now, the strange customer got what he wanted, so he took the cage and he went out of the shop. At the same time, Mr. Purcell was staring out of the window, and he saw his customer holding the cage above his shoulders and unlocking it. While Mr. Purcell was looking at him, his customer, he released both the doves one after the other. Mr. Purcell was shocked to see that. A little while ago, the strange customer, had desperately wanted the doves, and he was negotiating to get them. In the next moment, he released them without any thought. So this actually confused Mr. Purcell, and he was shocked and he felt insulted. The strange man had desperately desired the doves but did not have enough money to buy them. Mr. Purcell had agreed to let him have them at a lower profit. Mr. Purcell could not comprehend why he had bargained desperately if he had to let them go. So actually, Mr. Purcell felt insulted because he had given the pair of doves to the man at a lower price. The strange man, the strange customer, set the doves free, probably because he did not wish to see them behind bars. It seemed that he himself was behind the bars inside the prison for 10 years. Therefore, the idea of being free, the freedom, was very dear to him. And this is how he wished to express his happiness after coming out of the prison. That is, by letting free something caged.